ahead and grab your stuff and let's get started tidying up. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Melinda, plain and simple. It's Tuesday, and that means it's time for another tiny tidy. And I am out here in my garage, and I just wanted to show you what it's looking like right now. And you know what? It's been, I don't know, a week or two, maybe longer, since I was out here doing anything in my garage, because I needed to get all I could get done before it got hot. And then it got hot and I had to quit. So I had gotten over to this part over here, and I swept this little area up right here. As you can see, it probably needs a little bit of sweeping again, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that today. I've had a little bit of a rest since I was out here that time, and my back has started feeling a little bit better. It's a little bit warm out, but not terribly warm. So I wanted to come out here and take advantage of that and maybe see if I can get some of these bits of cardboard taken out and maybe put it on those weeds back there. I may not get much done, but I'm going to do a little bit. So if you've got, so if you've got anything around your house that you want to tidy up, declutter, clean, organize, whatever, grab your stuff and come on and we'll do it together. Now I'm going to grab some of this and take it out there and see if I can put it on those weeds and stop that mess from happening. If you want more inspiration and motivation, click on the playlist. I'll have a link in the description box below, and I'll also have a link to Sunday Dawn's channel, The Helpful Home. She is the host of Tiny Tidy Tuesdays every week. Don't let anybody tell you that doing weeding and all that stuff is not clutter or taking care of clutter, because it is. Now, most people are going to put mulch or something on it. I have not been doing that because I actually want that to grow back up and become grass. So what I'm doing, I've done this before with it and it worked. Just put the cardboard on it and leave it there for a while, and it takes care of the weeds, and then the grass starts growing over it. Now the reason it's like that again is because my husband forgot and didn't mow up in that area. So the weeds started growing up a little bit. They weren't bad, but I went ahead and did that really quickly anyway. And we had one weed over here, and I put that on it, and it's gone. So I need to grab that out of there and deal with that stuff back there. I don't know if I'm even going to bother with this right now, though. Mainly I want to take care of that because I'm tired of looking out my back window and seeing it. I brought that stack of pizza boxes out here and put them on the picnic table so I don't have to bend over and pick them up a lot, because I'm trying to not get my back aggravated. And I've got my pretty pink boots on because one time I was out here a year or so ago and doing a little bit of weeding and stuff like that, and I found a little snake, and not my favorite thing to find when I'm outside or anywhere. And so now I always wear my pink boots when I come out here into this area especially. So as you can see, there are areas here where I've had the cardboard before, and I used some of the log things that we had, wood, whatever you call these, some of that stuff to hold it down so it wouldn't blow away. But it's starting to deteriorate, and we're starting to get the weeds again. And it's really overgrown back here. I'm not going to be able to cut it down. My problem is a lot of it is the tree shoots. And so I don't know that cardboard is going to work. Now where I got those log things from was our pile over here. And we do have a friend who has been taking some of that wood. So some of it has disappeared, which is good. But we still have a lot more, but they're big ones. I can't move those. And so I'm not really sure how I'm going to keep this stuff from blowing away. So that's another problem. These are okay to stay here. And we have a lot of these lily of the valley flowers here. But most of this is just overgrowth. It's tree shoots, it's weeds. There's some lily of the valley back in through there, but that stuff grows like wild, so I'm not really worried about covering that up. I don't know if you can see, but there's back there, it looks like we've got some hostas maybe, or something back there. There's something over there growing, I'm not really a plant person or a flower person. I don't, some of them I know what they are, and some of them I wouldn't know a weed from a plant. I've probably cut out things that were flowers and left things that were weeds for all I know. But I really don't know how I'm gonna to do this, and so I don't know. I think I'm just gonna start trying, and I've got some bigger pieces of cardboard, but I don't necessarily want to cover up the things like the pretty hostas and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna start. I mean, I think that's just the only way to do it. Just start and see if it's gonna work. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I would love to be able to cut that thing down, but again, I don't want to get my back out of whack, because it took me about, I don't know, 3 weeks after the last time I tried doing some weeding. It took me about 3 or 4 weeks to get it back under control. While I was doing the garage decluttering, it was bothering me the whole time. But I needed to get it done before the heat, and I was being careful and taking all day to do a little bit. So I was trying to not aggravate it any further than it already was, and I certainly don't want to go backward at this point. So I don't know. I'd like to just have somebody come in here and just whack it all down, but that ain't happening today. Anyway, oh well, let's get started. Hopefully you've been working while I've been blabbering on and procrastinating. Are you procrastinating too? Let me know down in the comments if you are procrastinating right along with me. Because yeah, it happens. But we're going to stop that right now. I'm going to go grab my boxes and see if I can maybe at least do a little bit. I'm going to grab some of these larger pieces of cardboard and take them back there in that area too. This is one of the flower bed areas, the one along one side of our house, and as you can see, it's a bit overgrown. We try to cut it down, but it grows again. So I haven't gotten these under control, so I grabbed this big box. It's one of the boxes from our flooring, so I'm going to see if maybe I can get that to just cover this stuff up. Hopefully this is going to work without me cutting these things down, because they're pretty hardy actually. It's not perfect. The weeds are still under there. I had to use my foot and try to push them all up and underneath. That took a bit of effort. You can see back here, some of them didn't get covered up just because of the nature of how the box is. If I could bend and do all that stuff safely, I would try to make it better, more perfect. Not perfect, but better. But I can't. So, I mean, I could, but I would risk re-injuring myself right now at this point. So, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it as it is, and hopefully that will help with this little section here. And if it does, then I'll know that I can come on down and do more of that down in this section here. And here, I don't know if you can tell, but I have some actual flowers here, and with weeds and tree shrubs or whatever those things are. So that makes it a little bit more difficult to just put one big old board. And here I've got another one growing up in here. I did cut the things around these out, but they've started growing up again because I wasn't able to get out here and put cardboard. This is cardboard that was still here from when I did it before. So you can see it works, but it's not foolproof. So, like, I mean, it's been here for a while, so, you know, it's understandable. That's gonna happen. If I could get out here and constantly take care of it until I could get it under control, it would do a lot better. But I have not been able to do that. So, that is where we are with that. So now I'm gonna head back on over there and see if I can do a little in this section. I went to that side because that was a long piece of cardboard, and I thought that might be better, put to better use over there along that long, thin flower bed area. Here we are blowing down, so I need to grab this. So what I've been doing with these is putting them here along this edge. Before my back started acting up again, I was trying to cut out the weeds along the perimeter of this area. I don't even know if you can see any of the bricks. There's actually a border under here, but Randy can't see it, and so he ends up not mowing all the way up to it, and so we get overgrowth out here beyond it. And since I can't get down and cut it out, I figured I'd just cover it up all the way out. So that's what I'm trying to do, but then I realized these pizza boxes, because of the way the weeds are and some of the things that have gotten cut, they're too stiff, and so it's not going to work with those. So that's why I wanted to grab the bigger pieces of cardboard as well, and maybe they'll work better. So let's try that now. I don't know if you can see over there, I tried using an old sheet that I was decluttering to cover up weeds that are around a tree stump, a tree that's been cut down, and I don't think it's working. I don't know, I haven't looked under it, but I don't think it's working. So I'm gonna have to go to plan B on that. I grabbed the rest of the boxes that were in my stash in there, at least the bigger ones. You can see this one here. This is from when we moved. So this one's like 15 years ago we moved, so who knows how long we had it before that. We got a lot of boxes from different places. You know how when you're moving you can get boxes, so you know, doesn't necessarily mean we had a whatever that is. I don't even know what that is. But anyway, yeah, that box is from a long time ago. It's about time that it gets put to use. And so anyway, I was bringing them out here and I realized I'm itching. I guess I'm getting skeeter bit. I'm thinking this one might be thin enough that I can use it over in that section. So I'm going to put this one to the side and then go ahead and try to use some of these other big boxes in this area behind me where the trees are. I tore the tops off of some of these pizza boxes, and because this part is got the like food residue on it, I don't want that near my house. You know, out here in this area is fine because it's far enough away from the house, but I really don't want to have that too close. But this part I think is okay. So I've grabbed a couple of those lids, and there was this gift box thing, and it's not very thick, but I think it'll be okay. And then I might be able to use this box as well, but I'm going to grab all of these and take them all back over to this area, because yes, I ended up working over here, so I may not get that part with the trees done again, but maybe I can get this part over here taken care of. This is the part where my neighbors actually can see, and so they would probably appreciate it if I didn't have all these weeds over here all the time. They're not as bad as they usually are because we have been trying to take care of them a little bit, but you can see down here I've gotten this far with it. I decided these boxes would be good for this little area here. Now I'll probably have to do some layering. It's not perfect, but I can't really get down there and make it perfect, so I'm going to just be okay with it. And I was able to space it so this little flower here will be okay, but you can see I have some places here, and I think there's some down in between there. There's ones at the back, and there's some down here that need to be covered up, and then there's some I'd like to make it so they can't get sun here at the edge of that. And then this is the window well, but it's got some weeds in there, and since I can't get in there and cut it out, I'm thinking I might be able to put a piece of cardboard and hopefully it won't cause any trouble. I don't know. I don't think I'll put it all the way up against the window, but maybe I can do a little bit. So let me do that, and then we'll see if I need any more. It's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be better, and that's really what I'm going for. Well, this is what I got finished. So this area has a lot of leaves and stuff, but there's also still cardboard here. So it's kind of keeping the weeds under control. I don't know if that's a bush or what that is, so I didn't cover it up. But I got a lot of the weeds covered here. Hopefully the cardboard doesn't blow away. I don't think my neighbors would appreciate that. I decided to leave that back there and see if maybe if Randy can get back there and chop down those couple of weeds that are in there. So I'm not going to worry about that. These are outside of the border, so I didn't cover those. I'm hoping that he will still be able to mow up to there. Again, I didn't know if that was a weed or not, so I left it. I know that's not a weed, so I was able to leave that. And these leaves will keep most of this from getting overgrown. Again, it's not perfect. I know it's not going to take care of it totally because they do get sunlight. This is still showing a little here. I may see if I can grab another piece of cardboard and put over that. I can get another pizza lid. You can see I used one of the weed things that was sticking up through there to anchor that so it wouldn't blow away. Not ideal, but you know, at least it won't blow away. And then, oh dear, looks like this one is gotten smashed. Okay, and then I put this one here to kind of cover this stuff up. Yeah, so I think that's going to be pretty good. A little bit better. Control them a little bit better. That's my goal. Again, I'm not going to put mulch down because I'm not really sure I want to keep this as a flower bed. I don't really want to kill the ones that are there and healthy, but it's more than I can handle. And so my goal is to get the weeds under control, and then I can decide what I want to do. And so far, even though I have to keep doing it over and over again, the cardboard does work for at least a little while. And so I'm going to go grab another piece of cardboard to put here, and then I think I'm finished. I was going to work in the back, but once again, I got sidetracked. But that's okay. You know, that worked out. That was something that also needed to be done. And quite frankly, it was a lot easier than that area back there is going to be. So I think that's okay. And I think my back is finished for the day. You know, it's not hurting, but I don't want it to, and I don't want it to hurt later. So that is going to be all I do with it today. I'll grab my pieces of cardboard that I have out here and take them back in the house and use them later. Maybe, I mean, I might even wait until winter when the weeds go away again and just go back there and put cardboard down. That may be what I do. I don't know. So I'm okay with storing it if it does the trick. And since I have to do things the easy way, that's what I'm going to do. Since these pizza boxes were not working out very well, I took the clean parts of them off the lid parts and used that over in the flower bed section. And now I'm going to see if I have like 4 little patches. I have 6 altogether. So if I have 6 little patches where I can just kind of drop these down back here, at least it's something. I just had to find something to anchor them. Well, I was just going to do it like this. I just kind of slid that over and covered that up. And then I was going to cover this one up. But when I lifted this one, ew, ants. So I'm thinking maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe I just need to toss these and not put these out here even. I don't know if that's what's causing it. I mean, it could be, or it could just be natural. But maybe I don't want to take a chance at that. So these are going to get recycled after all. I'm okay with using the tops, but maybe not these bottoms because they do have food residue and we don't want to cause any kind of extra problems. Nope, nope, nope. Well, this has turned out to be a bit more of a mighty tidy again, bigger than I had expected. I wanted to be finished already, but I did not want to leave all those pizza box things in there with ants on them. So I just kind of scooted those border things over because they actually came out of that area over there. I'm wanting that to go away. And so I had sort of dragged them over to here in this area and used them to anchor the pizza boxes, but now just kind of scooted them out of the way. This part had not had enough time to kill the weeds yet, so it's probably going to grow up again, but it's just going to have to do what it does. I don't know that I'll get out here and do anything more with it. But I did get all of those pizza things out of there. I didn't want to toss them into the recycle bin with ants on them. I got most of the ants off, but I didn't want to do that. So I found this bag and I put them in there, and now I have to decide what to do. So, but that's okay. I'll figure that out. But at least they're out of here. And note to self, don't use the pizza box bottoms for weed suppression. I was wondering if that would work, and honestly that's one of the reasons I hadn't put them all out yet, because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to cause a problem like that. Well, it does, so so we're not going to do that again. And I will check the ones that I put on the around the side of the house too, because I do not want that close to the house. It was one thing to have it back here because, you know, if it attracted ants, then it was way back here, not right up by the house. But I do not want that up near my house, and I have no problem just going out there and uncovering the weeds if it's going to cause ants up near the house. So, but I'll have to go out and check it in, I guess, I don't know, a couple of days, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know how fast that happens. I'll check. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to deal with this and get the rest of those boxes in the garage because I'm done, I think. This is what this little area right here is looking like now. You can see a lot of the big boxes have been used. There's another pizza box sitting here. I must not grab them all. I'm going to give my back a rest. And if I feel like it later, I'm going to come back out. And for the next tiny tidy, I am going to go through and take the lids off of all of the pizza boxes and go ahead and put the bottoms in the recycle bin, because I have this one and we have all of these. And let's see, over here, without getting you dizzy, hopefully, there's more in that box back there because we've been saving them up for a while. I wasn't able to use them until now because I was having the back issues, but now I've been trying to do it a little at a time. But since they're going to cause ants, I'm surprised they didn't already cause ants out here. Maybe because it was winter. I don't know. Maybe that's not the reason we had the ants. Maybe that was normal. But I'm not going to take a chance on it. So my next tiny tidy is going to be, I guess, basically decluttering the pizza boxes. Although I can use the tops. So let me know down in the comments if you did a tiny tidy along with me, if you did some decluttering, some organizing, some cleaning, some, what did I say, decluttering, organizing, cleaning, and what's the other thing? I don't know, something, whatever, decluttering, cleaning, organizing, what's the other thing? I don't know. See, I've been out there in the sun too long because I can't even remember. Anyway, you can let me know down in the comments. It's okay. Just let me know what you guys did. Till next time, happy decluttering. Bye. Oh yeah, tidying. That's the one I was forgetting. Duh. It's a tiny tidy. Let me know if you did one.
It was while I wasn't looking that my yard began to bloom. Every inch of it was covered, like a carpet in a room, with these lovely little flowers and their sunny yellow smiles. But they turned to fuzzy wishes after just a little while. Then a bunch of prickly babies with their frilly little leaves started popping up all over, looking cute as they could be. But the painful, ugly truth is they grew taller every day into something I don't want, but I'm stuck with anyway. Now I'm standing here, surrounded. I'm unwilling to concede. Like a soldier sent to battle, I'm at war with all these weeds. I have sprayed them, I have mowed them, I have chopped them where they stand. I have put on boots and trampled, took them down at my command. But those pesky little buggers, they refuse to take a hint. They keep coming back here, acting like they don't know what I meant. They take over all my flower beds, and they spread across my yard. Why must getting rid of weeds be so absolutely hard? I may never find an answer. I may never win this fight. I may never have a weedless yard. But then again, I might. Because anything can happen. And I happen to believe that the fuzzy wish I made this year is just the weapon that I need.
There's my bubby. Did you get your tiny tidy done? Did you get your tiny tidy done today? Charlie horse getting my foot.